Dear students, welcome to lesson 9. Today we're going to be learning past simple with to be verb. Some prepositions like in, at, on, and ordinal numbers. But before we start, let's watch a video about the simple past tense of verb to be.
What is the past simple of be? We can say, he is tall about the present. What can we say about his past? He was short. This is called the past simple tense. We use the past simple to talk about the past. He was short is the positive. What is the negative? The negative is he wasn't short. Wasn't is the contraction of was not. Here are some more examples. I was a police officer. I wasn't a police officer. She was beautiful. She wasn't beautiful. It was expensive. It wasn't expensive. We were at home. We weren't at school. They were in Russia. They weren't in Thailand. So the past simple of be has two forms, was and were. Which one is singular and which one is plural? Was is singular and were is plural. But sometimes English doesn't always follow the rules. The pronoun you can be singular or plural, but we use were for both singular you and plural you. You were late to school. You weren't late to school. We can also make questions using the past simple. Why were you late to school? Were you late to school? The short answer for a yes-no question is, yes, I was. No, I wasn't. When were they in Russia? Were they in Russia? The short answers are, yes, they were. No, they weren't. How much was it? Was it expensive? And what are the short answers? Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. So remember, we use the past simple of be to talk about the past. The negatives are was becomes wasn't, were becomes weren't. Was is singular, were is plural, and for you. The short answers to yes-no questions are yes plus subject plus was or were. No plus subject plus wasn't or weren't.
Welcome back to lesson 9. We use was, were to talk about the past. For singular pronouns, we use was with I, he, she, and it. We use were with plural pronouns like you, we, they. The present tense of to be verb is, am, is, but the past form of to be verb is was. Present tense of to be verb for plural pronouns is are, but for the past form we use were. For example, he is at home today. Is becomes was in simple past tense. For example, he was at home yesterday. Yesterday indicates past, so we use was here. Past form of to be, positive and negative sentences. I was a teacher 10 years ago. We have ago that indicates past, so we use was here with I pronoun. Negative form is I wasn't a teacher 10 years ago. Wasn't is a short form of was not. You were in class yesterday. As we have you as personal pronoun, we use were here. The negative form is you weren't in class yesterday. Weren't is the short form of were not. He was tired last night. As we have he as subject pronoun, we use was in this sentence. And the negative form is he wasn't tired last night. We were in London last month. As we have we as personal pronoun here, we always use were in positive sentences. And the negative form is we weren't in London last month. You were late this morning. As we have you here, we always use were. And the negative form is you weren't late this morning. They were famous in the 60s. As we have plural pronoun here, they, we always use were in positive sentences. And the negative form is they weren't famous in the 60s. Past simple to be with positive, negative, and question forms. For question forms with you, we always use were. We put were in front of the sentence. Were you late? If the answer is positive, we say yes, I was. Or if the answer is negative, we say no, I wasn't. Was she a singer? As we have she as personal pronoun here, we always use was. Was she a singer? Yes, she was. Or if the answer is negative, we say no, she wasn't. Were they in Mexico last week? As we have they as personal pronoun here, plural, we always use were. Were they in Mexico last week? If the answer is positive, we say yes, they were, or no, they weren't, if the answer is negative. We use some time expressions with past simple. We can use the past simple with these time expressions like this morning, yesterday, last night, last week, last month, and last year. We also use ago. For example, he was late this morning. So this morning indicates past tense. And as we have he, singular pronoun here, we always use was in our positive sentences. Another example, she wasn't well last week. Last indicates past tense, and as we have she as singular pronoun here, we always use was, or negative form wasn't. She wasn't well last week. The past form of there is there was, and the past form of there are is there were. For example, there was a party at the school last night. So last indicates past tense, and a party, something singular, so we use was here. There was a party last night. Let's do some practice now. Write sentences with was, were, wasn't, and weren't. For example, it says, we weren't at home last night. We use weren't here because we have plural pronoun we, and last indicates simple past tense. So the answer should be we weren't at home last night. Let's do some practice now. Here are the questions. Now please pause the video and do the exercises. Let's check your answers now. Question number 1, it should be in a question form. Were you at school yesterday? We use were in this sentence because we have you in the sentence, so we should use were. And yesterday indicates past tense. Question 2, James wasn't very well yesterday. We use wasn't here because James is a singular subject. And as we all see, yesterday indicates the past. Question 3, we were on the plane at 4. We have we in the sentence, which should be followed by plural to be, were. Question 4 is a question form. Were they in class yesterday? So as we have they in the sentence, we should use were in our question. And yesterday indicates the past. Question 5, David wasn't very happy last night. So David is a singular subject here. It should be followed by wasn't. And last night indicates the past. Question 6, I was in a meeting until 7 last night. As we have I, it should be followed by was in this question. 7, was your sister in London last week? Your sister is a singular subject here, so we should ask our question with was in this question. And last week, last indicates past. And the last one, it was a terrible film. So as we have it, singular pronoun here, it should be followed by was in this question. Let's do some more practice. Complete the conversations with was, wasn't, were, weren't. For example, where were you last night? I was at work all evening. As we have I as singular pronoun here, it should be followed by was. Here are the questions. Now please pause the video and do the exercises. Here are the answers. Question number 1, was Freddie Mercury an actor? No, he wasn't. He was a singer with Queen. Freddie Mercury is a singular subject here, so we should ask our question with was. And as we have no here, the answer should be negative. No, he wasn't. He was a singer with Queen. As we have he here, we should use was. Question 2. Were you in Milan yesterday? No, we weren't. We were in Rome. As we have you in this question, we should ask our question with were. And the answer, no, we weren't, because we have we, plural pronoun here. We were in Rome. Was the book good? No, it wasn't. It was very slow. The book is a singular subject here, so we should ask our question with was. And the answer is negative, so we should use wasn't. It was very slow. Now please pause the video and go to lesson 9, then worksheet 1, and you can check your answers from answer key 1. Welcome back to lesson 9. Now let's learn some prepositions like in, at, on. At, we use at for set phrases like home, at home, school, at school, work, at work, and university, at university. We use in for towns, countries, rooms, buildings, and bed. For example, in Istanbul, in Ankara, in bed. We use on for transportation with bus, train, plane, ship, but we use in with car. As this table shows, we use at with home, work, school, and university. We use at for set phrases. In, we use in with bed, the kitchen, my car, London, the park, the street, a cafe, a museum, a shopping center, and a restaurant. So we use in for towns, countries, rooms, buildings, and bed. And we use on with a bus, a train, a plane. But be careful that we use in for car. For example, he is in a car. Let's now learn about the ordinal numbers. We have two types of numbers. Cardinal numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We also have ordinal numbers. For example, the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, and 10th, the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, the 15th, the 16th, the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd, the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th, the 26th, the 27th, the 28th, the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st.